Okay, what we're going to talk about today then is the en route checks that you need your students to do. Okay, it's important that these are punchy, clear and concise, and check the relevant information to fly on the aircraft at a particular time. What you'll find initially is that a student hasn't got the capacity to do this. He's so busy flying the aircraft that he's unaware of the many things that are going on inside and outside the aircraft. So we're going to teach this with a mnemonic. The mnemonic we're going to use is L-I-F-E-R, LIFER. This check will also be used later on for our downwind check, so it's the same check used twice. Easy mnemonic to remember. So the first one is L. L stands for location. And it's a geographical location. We want it to know exactly where they are. So they are 3 miles north of Oxford, overhead the A34. This is very important not only from the point of view of knowing personally where they are, but in the event of an emergency. If they know exactly where they are, they can put out a mayday call and the emergency services can come to find them. It's a good lesson to instill in them from day one. The next one is I, which stands for instruments. And this is flying instruments, so this is the engine RPM. If we're supposed to be at cruise RPM because we're strain level, ensure they're at cruise RPM. We're going to check our height or our altitude. We're going to check to make sure we're the appropriate height. And finally we're going to check our speed, whatever the speed is we've dictated. If any of these things are wrong, we would expect them to start doing something about it. In the early days, they may not have the capacity to do that, but as time progresses, they should be able to make small manipulations and continue with their checks. F, fuel. They're going to check to make sure they've got sufficient fuel for the journey, the remainder of the journey, and also reserve fuel. E, engine, T's and P's. Initially, you want to make sure the student understands what the instruments say. So get him to say that the cylinder temperature is 90 degrees, get him to say that the oil temperature is 80 degrees, and get him to say that the oil pressure is 4 bar. As you become happy he's competent at what those dials mean, then it may well be acceptable to say engine temperatures and pressures are all within limits or all within the green. Final one is R, radio. They should be ensuring that they're on the correct frequency, and they should also be thinking about what the next frequencies they may be going on to. So, LIFER checks. The idea of LIFER checks is to check the parameters of the aircraft and what's going on outside the aircraft in a quick, punchy way. It's not a time for big chats, because flying the aircraft is paramount and looking outside the aircraft is paramount. Remember your LIFER checks, teach the LIFER checks, and they'll fly nicely en route. Thank you.